We all have a story we'd like to tell. Some that have been in our heads for a day or two. Some stories have been in our head for decades that we've wanted to tell and never have. With Untold Stories by Todd, I hope to bring you stories of survival, inspiration, motivation, stories that ultimately unite us.
Okay, cool. Hello. So today we are with the lovely Karen Martiz, right? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are.
And we're at her studio, Lash Boulevard. So Karen, you and I met when I built your space out.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. You helped me out with the build out of this beautiful space.
Yeah. And this is your second or third studio?
This is the second we opened. The second studio we opened. Yes.
Okay. So are you just having the two studios right now?
No, we actually sold the other studio.
Oh, okay.
About a year ago.
Okay.
And I decided to just keep this one.
Okay.
So we can, keep our team together, closer.
Yeah.
Instead of being far apart, it just seemed like a lot of commuting. We have such a big space here, and we can grow so much that.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense for me to commute all the way there, so I decided to just make the store smaller.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I wanted to sit down with Karen is because I'm just fascinated by her story. She's this amazing, Denver entrepreneur that seems to just be kind of grabbing the world by the horns and taking names.
Thank you.
It's really fun to watch. I follow you on Instagram and social media, and I see you're traveling a bunch, and you've got this really good balance of work and life, and at the same time you're like launching these amazing businesses.
Thank you.
What is Lash Boulevard?
The company I started more of a skincare company. So I, fresh out of school, I decided I was going to open up my business. Had no idea what I was doing, but I just went for it, and the initial name of our business was Skin Cleaners because I wanted to do skincare.
Okay.
And it was a process of, okay, how do I build, of course, a clientele? How do I attract clientele for skincare? And
Was that a studio too? Or
it was a studio, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a smaller studio,
Yeah.
and that's where I started by myself, very small. I sold a home I had in Greeley, Colorado, and I had about $12,000 that I was able to get out of the house. And with that was when I was like, okay, what do I do with this money? I want to put it in good use, and that's when I took the risk of opening up Skin Cleaners.
How long
that
ago
business.
was that?
That was 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
5 years ago, yes.
Okay.
And
so you were in Greeley 5 years ago, basically.
well, I had a home there that I rented,
Okay.
and when I was going through my divorce, that was the house that I ended up with. It was more like a pink elephant that I didn't want.
Yeah.
And that time it was really hard to sell homes. So I mean, when I wanted to sell it, it was like, no, it's too expensive. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I just want to sell it. It doesn't matter what I sell for. Move on.
Yeah.
And I ended up making $12,000 from it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And that's what I invested to open up Skin Cleaners up in Westminster. But it was a big struggle attracting clients for skincare and keeping the clients and keeping the lights on and paying the bills.
Yeah.
Because of the consistency of the return, people coming to get skincare services for
Because it's
some
got to be
reason.
kind of almost like a midlife thing. They've got to
keep
right?
coming. You have to keep your customers coming in this type of businesses, otherwise it's really hard to make it. And one thing led to the other. I found out about doing eyelash extensions, and I was like, I'm gonna go and get a course and learn how to do eyelash extensions. I paid $1,000 in California, and I flew out there. I took this class of 2 days.
Yeah.
And I learned how to do lashes. I started doing free services, so
Did
I
you see
could
there was
become
like
good.
a good vehicle for business there?
Yes, it was a
really
trend, and
Yeah.
and as soon as I started doing them, I believed that I could become really good at it.
Yeah.
And I started practicing, bringing in people for free to do their lashes so I
Right.
can become good.
Right.
So I put the practice, I had the passion for it,
Right.
and I said I'm going to become really good at it.
Yeah.
And one thing led to the other, and attracting customers, and the business started to grow slowly.
Yeah.
And it was just me.
Yeah.
And I decided to start teaching others what I did.
So is that part of, I know that you do the teaching, is that part of the revenue as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I decided with what the lash industry has given me when we transition from just skincare to lashes was how do I generate multiple streams of revenue,
Right.
so that I can free myself.
Yeah.
Right? That was my ultimate goal when I thought about building a business. I
Right.
wanted a business. I knew it took a lot of work, which I did the work.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I saw the trend. I saw that I was getting busy. I started to help people become successful.
Yeah.
And I think that that's when it really clicked.
Yeah.
Teaching others, sharing what I knew, a lot of people would tell me, why are you doing that? They're going to be your competition. And I saw it in a different way. I'm like, the more I give, the more I get. My customers are going to like me for who I am, right? As a person, for the relationships. They're going to stay with me for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to teach other women, and I'm going to help them grow and become successful.
Yeah.
Right? As a single mom,
Right.
of course, struggling student, and single mom of 2 kids, I needed to make it happen. And I said, this is working out for me.
This is amazing though, but this is within 5 years. I thought it was kind of
This was the-
stretch,
yeah, no.
stretch back further.
Yes, and so I opened at Skin Cleaners, was doing that for about a year, started the lash business, and then the lash business took off. We grew so much within the first 3 years.
Yeah.
It was incredible. You just figure it out.
Yeah.
That's my huge belief. If
Yeah.
you want to do something, you gotta go for it.
Yeah.
You will figure it out.
Yeah.
Difficult. That's how we.
Did you have mentors?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah.
Now I do, because you get to a place where how do you get your business to the next level?
Right.
So now that I can and my business is doing better, I can invest more in me, and I think that's key
Yeah.
for any business owner to seek out for help, because we don't know it all. We don't have it figured out.
Right.
But when I opened up this business, no, I didn't have a mentor.
Yeah.
When we first met, we sat with Miranda, right?
Yeah.
You and I on that table, and I remember
Oh, that's
we
right.
were working
Yeah.
through the numbers, and
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it happen. I saw those
Right.
numbers on, and I think I had some money in my bank account, but not that
Right.
amount.
Right.
And
Talking about the build out of the space.
build out of the
Yeah.
space, yes, and I was
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Not to mention the lease.
Yeah.
And the,
Oh my
Yeah.
god. No, I wasn't ready. I was
Yeah.
like, I had no idea.
yeah. But you grew into it quickly.
Yes, you have to make
You
it
just
happen.
put it
you
out
just
there
have
and
to
then you
go.
just-
I
yeah.
put extra hours of work. I hire people. We push more. We actually made a decision to pay someone to help us with our marketing, because I am great at coming up with ideas for the business, but you have to leave the experts to do their work, right?
Right.
And I was not going to be able to take my business to the next level unless I hire help.
Yeah.
When we hired our marketing manager, and that was more for the online side of the business. So as we were building this store, I was also building an online business, e-commerce, for our lash products.
Okay.
So we also develop a line for eyelash extensions, and this line is for other professionals in the industry, so they can do the work.
Are they more studios like this, or are they more kind of individuals, or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do small and big, and that was we were both building both at the same time,
Yeah.
right? So the e-commerce and this,
Yeah.
and just making that move changed everything.
Isn't this crazy? Like, Jack, I'm just going to talk to you too, because I know when I met Karen, I'm very uneducated with eyelashes.
Yes.
And I'm like, she's making a living doing eyelashes. What?
Yeah, that's what people think. What? Or we're like, you're
Yeah.
an esthetician. Okay, a lash artist? No, you're a lash artist.
I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just goes to show you, there's all these little niches that are out there for people. And
Yes.
I mean, it's so I know there's more than the eyelashes, but still, it started with that.
Yeah, and the key is to find a niche that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And become really good at that.
Yeah.
Right? And once I learned my passion was that, and that I could teach others and connect with other women and help them, that's when I was like, yes, this is what we're going to be. We're going to be Lash Boulevard. We're going to do everything lashes.
That's very exciting.
And then
So very
things
cool.
really took
Yeah.
off from there.
Okay, so a client comes in, they do eyelashes, extensions, and what else? In the chair, what else?
So in the chair, we do eyebrow waxing. We mix with other services as well.
Okay.
That helps a lot as well with the growth of the business, but also making women feel great and beautiful. We want to be a place where they can come in and not only get their lashes, but skincare. We also
Okay.
do brows, we do spray tanning, make them feel beautiful. All their needs. It's one stop. They,
So they
come,
come in
in
and they
very
get
casual.
pampered.
They
Yeah.
get pampered. Sometimes when you think about spas that are too relaxing, just your own area, I feel that people are not into that as much anymore. It's more like a treat that you do for your birthday or when someone gives you a gift.
Yeah.
But places like this, like what I had envisioned was where we can sit next to each other. We know that we all need this beauty help
Yeah.
and come here, get it done. We're not afraid to talking about, what's going on in our lives next to each other. We're just more open.
Right.
And I feel people are enjoying that a lot.
That's very cool. Sounds like kind of an old school barber shop.
Yes.
Where the guys would come in, they just, they'd come in once a week and
Exactly.
they'd just chat with the barbers and, they would get to know each other.
Yeah, and women
Yeah.
now are not afraid to share that they get things done, right?
Yeah.
It's like very open, right?
Yeah.
It's not, you don't pretend that your lashes are natural when they are this long, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay that everybody knows,
Right.
it's an investment you're doing in yourself.
It's also very tangible. So like for the massage or something, I mean, it's nice and it's relaxing, but with this, you're actually, you're walking out of the studio with a different look.
Yes.
It's going to last for a while.
Immediately. And
Yeah.
that's the most rewarding part.
Yeah.
For us and for them, right?
Yeah.
We hand in the mirror and you're like waiting and sometimes you're scared,
It's like a
she's not gonna
reveal.
like it, yes.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Or when they have a wedding, a special occasion,
Yeah.
and you know that it's so important for them.
Yeah. So you've got the eyelashes, you've the e-commerce. What's the e-commerce? What's going on
So
there?
we do eyelash extension products.
Okay.
So the same that we use in our clients here to create the lash extensions to apply them. The glues, the tweezers, the cleansers,
Is it all
the
shipped
primers.
from here, or do you have like a distribution house? Or
So
how
we
does it
have our
work?
storage here,
Okay.
and we have our team who takes care of packaging the products,
Okay.
processing orders. So we do everything in house because we have so many products.
Right.
We have over 300 SKUs, and it's just like
Right.
one little different product. So we decided to keep it in house.
Okay.
Because that helps us save also,
Yeah.
some money in shipping and.
But that might be different down the road.
Down the road, yeah, that might be different.
Yeah.
But I love having everything here.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows all the aspects of the business, and
Yeah.
a lot of our team members, the girls that we hire, they inspire to open up their own business.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, be able to mentor them from the moment they're going to school, teaching them how to run that part, take care of customer service. We all grow together because I don't have it all figured out. But them seeing me going through the process and seeing how every little change we make or tweak helps a business,
Yeah.
it means a lot to them, right? And then in the future, they can see it's possible, right?
Have any of your employees gone off and done their
Yes,
own thing?
many of them.
Really?
We have trained them. We
Wow.
have showed them how the business run. We have billed our clients, and it's part of it. And you just have to embrace it.
Yeah.
Right. We will always be Lash Boulevard. We always take care of our customers. We want to be that company where people come in. We are extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right. So we're not afraid of losing that.
Yeah.
We're very unique,
Yeah.
and they have their uniqueness and essence and reasons why people follow them. So I never take it personal.
Yeah.
If they want to come in and learn, we're
Yeah.
open arms.
It's
as
like
long
just
as
a constant
yes,
flow.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they have always taken really good care of our customers.
Yeah.
And there is something, especially when you hire a team member that has also a lot of passion for that, for
Right.
the industry, wants to learn. They have a goal. They want to get somewhere.
I imagine you're pretty selective in your hiring.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a really cool movement. Men don't have this right now, but there's this, it's been going on for, I don't know, 5 years for sure, maybe longer, but, women are really empowering each other right now, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, there is a big movement.
Even within the same industry,
Yeah.
right? We
Yeah.
find ourselves together more. We find ourselves sharing more about each other,
Mhm.
and that believe that if you share what you know, someone else is going to take it. It needs to go away.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to end up isolating yourself.
Right.
And you get stuck.
It's just like an ego thing.
Yeah.
You just gotta
When you
check it at
share
the door.
ideas
Yeah.
and you know your struggles,
Yeah.
they're struggling, we struggle,
Yeah.
then we can all come out of it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they have already lived, the problem that I'm having right now, and
Right.
they were able to get, survive
Through it,
that and
yeah.
get through it and help us in any way.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing that we want to help other companies.
Yeah.
Yes, and I love it because people reach out to us about that a lot, asking questions.
It's so fascinating. So how long were you married?
I was
I wanna
married for,
jump into that a little bit. Yeah.
so my second marriage, I was married for 7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Okay. And did you find that when you were divorced, that you kind of it gave you kind of this freedom and power to say, I can kind of make my life what I want it to be?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a huge change because one of the reasons why I got divorced was because I didn't have the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
When I got divorced, I didn't even have my degree
Mm-hmm.
in school. I was just raising kids, being this housewife, but I felt like I was wearing something that was too heavy. I needed to come out
Wasn't
of
you.
it. It wasn't me. I was living someone else's life, what someone else wanted me to live.
Mm-hmm.
There was abuse, there was things that just didn't resonate with me, and I knew I needed to make a change or I'll be stuck there.
Right.
To achieve my goals, even my goal to go to school and finish, I couldn't do that. He wouldn't allow me.
Oh my gosh.
So that was way too much control, and I knew from when I was very young, I was gonna own a business one day.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was gonna be, but
Yeah.
I love the freedom.
Yeah.
I like to
I
be
get
able to make
goosebumps when
my
you
own
talk
decisions.
about that. It's amazing.
When I get
Really
make
good.
my own
Yeah.
decisions, and that being married, I mean, love my kids, my family, but
Yeah.
that was getting on my way to living my life, achieving
Yeah.
my goals, and all of that. I got divorced. My life changed completely. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy. It was really hard.
Right.
Of course, you go through the entire process and depression, and you're now responsible for your own kids. I didn't have a job. I was a stay-at-home mom. How do you pay the bills? Right? You're struggling. I had no one here in Colorado to help me.
Right.
And I remember one day I woke up and I'm like, I need to make a change. And I head out to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime Fitness. It changed my life. That was what changed my
Whoop, whoop,
life.
Lifetime.
Yeah, Lifetime. It changed my life because I
Yeah.
met amazing people there
Yeah.
that supported me. We
Yeah.
started doing training to run races, marathons,
Oh my
half
gosh.
marathons,
Yeah.
half Ironmans. My mind was very busy with that.
Yeah.
But it was more like a challenge, right? It was a challenge. What can I do? How can I get further? Also, I wanted to build friendships. So I knew, like, okay, if I keep in this path, I'm going to do the
And
things
they're good
that...
friends.
Yeah,
Like
and
healthy. It's a
exactly,
healthy
very
environment.
healthy.
Right.
I was doing things that people in Colorado are here to do, right?
Yeah.
And I knew, like, if I needed a change in my life, I needed to start doing this.
Yeah.
And I started getting up more, running, cycling. All these things put my mindset completely different. I was
Yeah.
going to school, so I was going to school full time.
Yeah.
I was training for a half Ironman, and I was working part-time jobs. I mean, like any job I could get.
Right.
Like doing marketing events, handling samples at Costco.
Right. Really?
Yes. I mean, everything.
Wow.
Because those jobs are flexible.
Yeah.
And so I could do it on the weekends.
Right.
Work 4 hours. I was getting paid decent, $25 an hour, which, for
Right.
not having like a steady job is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So I figured out this area in marketing that I could get in
Yeah.
while finishing my degree, while doing my half Ironman, taking care of my kids. When I finished the Ironman, the half Ironman, I thought to myself, if I can do this, I can do anything.
Yeah.
2013, I graduated with with my degree in marketing, business marketing.
Mm-hmm.
A dream come true. I'm like, I'm gonna get my dream job, which is gonna be a medical sales job, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I got the job, and I hated it. I
Yeah.
hated the commute. I did not like going to doctors' offices and appointments, and I'm like, I am not happy. I need to come out of this. And I would go to bed every day, and I would daydream of being a business owner of some sort.
Yeah, because it was like it comes from your childhood.
Yeah,
You always
like,
knew that was going to
yes,
happen.
always,
Yeah, so
always.
you
I've always
were
had a
gonna
dream
let go of
board,
it.
and
Yeah.
I've always been a dreamer.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you are familiar with this, but daydreaming about what you want, but not as like, oh, I need to get there, but more like feeling that you are there. So, for example, when I was 17, I dream of driving a BMW, right? Back then, you're more like, okay, you want things, right?
Right.
And to me, it was like the ultimate goal was, okay, I'm gonna buy a BMW because that's what my friends drive, and that's what I want to drive. It's luxury, and so I'll drive my, my car, little car, a Ford Taurus I had, and I will envision that it was a BMW.
Yeah.
And fast forward later, I was driving a BMW, right? So
Right.
you put your mind where you want to go, and you automatically start taking the steps to get there, right?
Yeah.
But I knew from very young that just having a regular job was not going to get me there.
Yeah.
I knew because I just always saw the ceiling, and I was like, it's just not going to be possible to achieve my dreams, right? To do that. And
now look at you. You're traveling and you're buying mountain houses.
Oh, man.
Tell me about your travel. I know you.
So it's been the same thing. When I built skin cleaners. I moved into building this store, Lash Boulevard. I was juggling a lot of different things, right? We have the online side of the business. We have the training side of the business where we teach other women
Do you train in
how
the
to
studio,
do that.
or
We
do you
do online,
Okay.
and we do in the studio.
Okay.
And then I decided that I wanted to work on the things that, would make me feel better.
Yeah.
And I wanted freedom.
Yeah.
I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to run the businesses, help other women, be able to offer jobs to those who needed it.
Yeah, how many people are you employing right now?
We have 6 right now. Sometimes we're a team of 10.
Yeah.
We can grow up to 16. I mean, the sky's the limit, right?
Right.
So for me to be able to do that,
That's one of them now.
yeah. They're here. To be able to do that, was like key.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, once I reach this goal and hire this amount of people, then I'm going to start not taking clients anymore, and I'm going to basically just start just being the business owner.
Right.
Not the technician, not the manager. I wanted to be the business owner because my goal was to be able to travel. This is another dream I had every other month.
Really?
Yes, that was like my ultimate goal.
Yeah, but your travel, like, from what I've seen, it's not just like, they're not little itty bitty weekend trips.
No.
When you go, you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was a dream. That was
Yeah.
what I wanted out of these businesses.
It's kind of it makes me feel a little bit like you do at the gym, right? So now traveling, you go and you're like, I imagine all these thoughts and creative juices flow when you're in those environments, and it just helps you when you come back.
It does. I mean,
Yeah.
it really recharges you.
Do you travel alone, or do you travel with people, or is it
Both.
matter?
Or
Yeah.
if I travel by myself, I usually meet people.
Yeah.
Then when I travel, I found that I find people that are also love traveling.
Right.
Right? So they're usually looking for the next place to go. You connect with this person is going to go to another trip, they tell you about it, then you can meet them, and I have created relationships all over the world now.
Yeah.
With women that love to travel by themselves.
Yeah.
And we connect, that way.
Where do you like to go?
I enjoy ocean, but adventure. Not staying in a hotel. No, that I do maybe one day out of my entire vacation. But if I'm out, I choose a place that has hiking, where I can go in the water, be active, see things,
Yeah.
walk around small towns, not the touristy typical
Get
things.
to know the culture.
Yeah, get to know the culture, the real thing, eat a
Yeah.
lot of food.
Where were you recently? There was some amazing pictures. I forget where it was.
Yeah, so my last trip was to Colombia, where that's my
Oh, that's
hometown.
right.
I met my mom and my brother there. We went to this island called San Andres. Beautiful. And the month before that, I was in Rio de Janeiro. It was amazing.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, one of my favorite trips.
See, I have a hard time keeping track. I'm not stalking you, I promise, but I've seen your pictures and it looks like a lot of fun. Yeah. So now in Denver. You've got this amazing. I haven't seen pictures of your apartment down in Denver, but it's
Yes,
tell me about it.
gorgeous. So when last year, a couple of years ago, when we built the store, as we were finishing, I made the decision that at some point I was going to sell the Westminster store.
Mm-hmm.
But the beautiful thing about that store is that I live like around the corner.
Right.
So it's like a block away. So it made my commute very easy.
Right.
So I wanted where I work to always be close.
That's
so
important.
I started looking for apartments here in Denver close to the store. And I found this gorgeous apartment in Rhino.
Yeah.
Here in a beautiful neighborhood that is growing a lot.
It's growing a lot.
Yes.
Revitalization going on down there for sure.
Yeah. And this was, so this loft was also one of my dreams.
Yeah.
That I was going to get when I retired.
Yeah.
I wanted to own a loft downtown.
Yeah.
That's what I envisioned. That's what I envisioned myself seeing in the loft downtown when I
I need
retired.
to start envisioning some things.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not doing enough dream boarding.
And so my dream came true.
Yeah.
You know, before I retire, but
Yeah.
it just proves that everything you dream in life you can achieve.
Exactly. She was telling me this story. I don't know if you caught it, but it's amazing. This one is amazing. So she's in the mountains at this lake house. It's at one of your friends' places. How long ago was that?
Last year, September of 2018.
So she even posted a picture of looking out this window that had this lake in front of it, and her caption said, "Geez, what a great place! I need to own a place in the mountains on a lake. This is what I'm going to be, working for."
And I put the year 2019.
By 2019. So fast forward to July of 2019, she finds a place on that very lake, and in that picture that she took out that window is literally her house.
I know.
That was not for sale then. And there's not a lot of properties up there.
There's only like 5 homes.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
And then there's your house. That's insane. That's very, very cool. It's really empowering. Gosh, I don't know that I've heard a more empowering
Yeah, the
thing.
power of being able to daydream, put yourself where you want to be as if you already have it.
Yeah.
Writing it down has been huge my entire life.
Yeah.
And it's a pattern that I have been discovering more and more after having my businesses, is setting the goals, dreaming about them, feeling that I already have them, and making them a reality. Because what happens in your mind is that if you already have it, automatically you start taking the steps to get there.
As if you did, yeah.
Automatically, if you need to work more, work harder, there's things that come your way, right?
Yeah.
New ideas, new ways to market, customers referring customers, hiring more people. So it has put me in this place where it's like, okay, my next goal is this. These are the steps that we need to take.
Well, yeah, and you think about owning a business and then an apartment and then a house. So when these things come, it's kind of like, why would I stop doing that?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
yes.
what's next?
So in my dream board, we have a beach house.
A beach house.
It's a retirement home as well. Well, not like a retirement, but it's my retirement home where I'm going to go retire. It could happen. I'm retiring at 45. That's where I'm going to draw the line.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. And so we're going to start working towards that.
Yeah.
And once I have that, I basically will just work towards making sure that I'll have a very comfortable retirement.
What does retirement look like for you? What is that?
It includes still having a business, still working, but not as hands on it, right? So I want to start delegating more and trusting more. That's been huge in the change of the company, is being able to trust people that they're going to do.
Are you doing that
really
now?
good work? Yes.
You're trying to find
yes. This is hard
those
always.
Seeds you need to plant early, I would think.
And you have to start. You got your dream now. You got to start making the steps to make it happen.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I have struggled the most has been trust. Trusting people that are going to do, the job that I do, right? With my customers, taking care of them,
'cause it's your
running the
baby.
business. Exactly.
That's the hardest part, like,
Yes.
business owners, you know, that's like, nobody can really do it the way that you do.
Nobody can. So one part is understanding that as well,
Yeah.
right? You're the business owner.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna work as hard as you do.
Right.
Nobody's gonna care as much as you do, but you still can hire great people.
Yeah.
You still, they still can do an amazing job, and that's the only way you're going to grow.
Yeah.
And a lot of entrepreneurs, because we are basically doing everything,
Yeah.
right? We are like, okay, I'm in control
Marketing,
of everything.
sales,
Yeah, exactly.
you're working in the field, like, yeah.
But then you're stuck.
Right.
You're stuck because you can only do so much.
Right.
Even with the help that I have now,
Yeah.
it sometimes I feel like, okay, I don't have enough hours in the day.
Right.
So we're looking into hiring help for, doing a different type. We have our marketing people that does different type of marketing, but I want to hire like a marketing manager now
Right.
that manages all the rest of the people that,
Oh, right.
moves all the other
So there's
parts
a
of
real
the puzzle.
strategic
Exactly,
path.
more strategy,
Yeah.
managing all of our marketing, team members,
Yeah.
because that takes a lot of time. What goes where. We have to, it's a different company doing our email marketing, different company doing our Facebook and Instagram ads, different person writing our blogs, and different person doing our Instagram.
It's all online though, really.
Yes,
Yeah.
and each person specializes in a different thing,
Yeah.
right? So that's how people are working now. I specialize in this, and this is what you got to pay
And
for.
they may not even be here.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's remote.
Yeah.
Mostly it's remote, and that is what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be responsible for if you're clocking in or clocking out.
Right, just
I
get it done.
want
Yeah.
the work done, right? And you get the freedom as long as we get the results.
Yeah. You've got your two daughters, but for other women and other people in general, I mean, what kind of, what's your takeaway, or what would you tell, somebody who's just thinking about what they want to do, starting a business?
To not overthink it. I think that the main reason why people don't move forward or feel stuck is because they overanalyze everything. They always have a reason why they're not going to make it, why it's going to fail. Instead, they need to look at it as, okay, if I make this move, how is this going to change my life?
Right.
Right? So just go for it. We can figure out things as they go, right?
Yeah.
Every challenge in life,
Mhm.
you can always come out of it,
Mhm.
right? Every single challenge
Every single
life
one.
has given us, we
Yeah.
can always come
It's
out
just
of it.
life.
It's just life. And
Yeah.
even if there is a setback, or if people feel like, I didn't make it, you learn from it, right?
Yeah.
You don't fail, you learn from it.
Yeah.
Before I became interested in the beauty industry, I was I wanted to sell vitamins.
Yeah.
And I started a vitamin line, and that didn't sell. I didn't sell one bottle, not
Right.
even one.
Right.
Imagine if I would have been like, oh my God, I'm never gonna do it. I invested this money, and it's not gonna happen,
Right.
right? I mean,
Right.
then
And then taking a job. and
exactly,
just-
then my
yeah.
life would have been different.
Right.
So there's always going to be the difficult times. We never have enough. You just have to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Go for it. All right. Thank you so much for your time today.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for inviting
This
me.
was fun.